Thank you all for joining me on my first ever new moon meditation. And tonight, no better than to start this series in the sign of Virgo, the sign that is my sign that I was born under. I just want to tell you a little bit about me for those of us who are joining for the first time or may have found this video through someone else or anything like that. My name is Daniel, and I am an intuitive healer and transformational, purpose-filled motivational speaker. The goal for me is to bring a greater awareness for everyone so that they can come into alignment with who they really are. Ultimately, I believe that my purpose here is to inspire you to live your purpose. And I have lived my life living and chasing until I understood that chasing meant that there was always something I had to follow. And then I realized that it's the ability to be able to live my dream that really makes life worth living, right? It's not always the chase, you know, when we're chasing something or we're just right behind it, right? When you're following a dream or you're finding your purpose, you're always looking for it. You're always looking for your purpose. When you are following something, you're just right behind it, trying to catch up. And this has been a self-discovery of mine for the last year. You know, I was always so focused on like following my dream and following my dream and following my dream and never giving up on following my dream. And I realized it's something that we'll also begin to talk about tonight as the energy of Virgo comes into play, because it's definitely a huge trait of my sign and the sign that you'll experience this month of Virgo, that we want everything to be perfect, right? So I always had this vision of what living my dream was going to be like, you know? I spent many years in the entertainment business, so I had a checklist of things that were only going to qualify me to meet so that I could say that I was living my dream or that I was following my dream. And through many, many years of transformational work, self-discovery, I realized that this is my dream. My dream is this life that I've been living really for the last year and a half, but that I've kind of like set myself out to live for about the last 15 years. That being said, I love what I do now, and I truthfully believe that I am living my dream and living my purpose 100%. And I can't think of a better day and a better time and a better place than the new moon of Virgo to begin this launch to you, to all of the people who have followed any of my social media or found me via other word of mouth. I thank you so much for joining me. I thank you so much for supporting me. I thank you so much for doing the work. Most of everybody here who is joining me today, you are currently my clients, and I love working with you, and I have seen so much transformation in you that I know that this is just the beginning, and that now, today, in this month, we begin this journey together so that each one of us, each one of our little seeds spreads wide and becomes bigger and bigger and bigger seeds, so that we create a network and a community of all like-minded, like-hearted people who are also healers. That's a part of my purpose, a part of my dream that I am intending this evening to send to you, to share with you, so that we can all jump on this train together and get things going. So that being said, I had an interesting question today, and I thought I need to address this tonight. Somebody said to me, somebody wrote me who I don't really work with, but who is a family friend, said, I'm so interested in what you're doing now. Tell me a little bit more about it. So I explained, and she said, wow, that sounds really, really cool, but I'm not a Virgo, so why would I watch the meditation about Virgo? It's a great question, and I've heard this a lot. The most important thing I can tell you is the cosmic calendar that transforms through each and every sign gives us an opportunity almost to taste a bit of what that sign is like, right? So for example, the next 30 days, we're going to fall under the influence of the sign of Virgo. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that we'll go into the details of what Virgo is and what we can expect from that. But anyone, no matter who you are in this planet, for the next 30 days, is going to experience what it feels like to be a Virgo. Now, if you have Virgo in any position, like your sun, your moon, or your rising, the energy this month is going to affect you even more. So you don't know what your sun and your rising are? No problem. Text me later. I'll tell you how to figure that out. Okay? So your sun, moon, and rising, you're going to feel this energy the most. If you have your sun, moon, or rising in Virgo, you are going to feel the energy of this month the most. Okay? Now, we have other planets that are beyond that. Mercury, Mars, Venus, Neptune, Pluto, all of those. If you have Virgo in one of those planets, the energy is going to affect you in whatever place in your chart you have that planet. Okay? If you don't know astrology, it's all good. It doesn't matter. This is just a little bit of, like, I like to call it the science of what you will begin to understand why what we do is so important and why energy work is so important. It's science. I'm telling you, from the beginning of creation, when God said, you know, let there be light, and there was energy, I'm telling you, what we are doing is science. It is no longer new age, hokey pokey medicine. This is science, okay? So the science of you is this astrological chart that happens within you, okay? So, but everyone will fall under the energy of whatever month we're in. So for the next 30 days, we have the energy of the month of Virgo. After that, we have the energy of Libra. And then after that, Scorpio, so on and so forth. Every single one of us will be influenced by the energy, but depending on where those planets are in your chart, where that sign is in your chart, you'll feel it more. Okay? Got that. So that being said, let's talk about Virgo. Okay? So Virgo, under the Gregorian calendar, begins on August 23rd, and it lasts until September 22nd. So you might be wondering, I don't understand, today's August 30th. Why are we doing this meditation now? Why didn't we do it a week ago? And the truth is that what happens tonight is we begin, when on the 23rd, that's the sun moving into the planet of Virgo, right? And today is when the moon moves into the planet Virgo. Well, why do we celebrate the moon? All right. You notice how everybody gets a little cuckoo around the full moon? You know, you can walk through your day and be like, oh, wow, it's a full moon, right? The reason is that the energy is most intense at the full moon. When it's the most intense, it's the most expressed, and it expresses us the most. It affects us the most. Why? The moon governs all water in the world. You are made up of, don't quote me on this, but it's like some crazy number, like 90% water, 80% water. I guess I should know those facts for next time. Bad Virgo, sorry. But you are so hugely water, like most of who's
brain is more like 90%, but the rest of
what else can we say about that? Our moon controls our reactive system, okay? So if your moon is in Virgo, you're going to react like a Virgo. So again, why are we meditating on the new moon? We're meditating on the new moon because on the new moon, it's going to help us control our reactive nature, and it's going to help us really, really, really connect at the purest level of what's going on inside of us. We're all water, and we want the moon to completely work in tandem with us, right? So that's why we're doing it tonight. Okay, let's talk about Virgo. So Virgo gets a little bit of a bad rap, okay? We are often called the bitchy, picky, cranky, judgmental, critical people. Now, it's not far off from the truth, okay? I will admit. However, there's good and bad with absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about why some of those things are actually good and why they are going to be good for you in the coming months. Okay? So let's start with the basics. Details, 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 details. Virgos love the details. A Virgo will notice when there is something so slightly off about something. I know for me, when I watch television and I'm watching and I can watch a take and all of a sudden I'll see in one take, the guy was holding his hand like this, but in another one, he was holding it like this. That's how detailed.
That's Daniel.
I'm like, no, your editing is way off because where he's holding the hand in this cut versus this cut is completely off. So it's those little details. Like we can walk into a room and be like, that's not symmetrical. Sorry, your painting is not exactly square in the middle of the room, or that is off, or that is off, right? We are also often the people that can see something in the big picture, like George Seurat, right? Do you guys know the painter George Seurat? He's the one that did all of the points, the dots, pointillism, right? He is like Virgo ecstasy, Seurat, because we want to study all of those little dots, because we look at those little dots and we're like, I actually have a Seurat in my room, a copy of a Seurat in my studio because I love him so much. And we notice every little dot because, you know, you guys, you have to understand something. Without one dot in that Seurat painting, you don't have a painting. If that one little dot is off or that one little dot is missing, we don't have a painting. So here's where the trick comes. The trick comes in learning how to deal with that, right? A lot of Virgos will get really, really uptight, really, really anxious. Virgos often have a lot of digestive issues. It's because they hold things down in their gut. They're like, ugh, right? So Virgos often are holding stuff in and they're like, oh, you know, swallowing their pride and just leave me alone because I can't deal with that painting being off. The opportunity is for us to look at that painting and to see the uniqueness with that one dot missing. To see the uniqueness in someone who chooses not to make sure their bow tie is tied correctly, or someone who doesn't polish their shoes, or those things. It's about being able to observe something without attaching any judgment to it. You can observe it. You can say, oh, wow, that's interesting, and let it go, okay? So for you, for all of us this month, we're going to be very, very critical. It's just what happens, okay? And in that, I want you to remember this, because in that critical nature of things, we are going to learn to let go and to just observe them for the way they are, appreciate them for the way they are, and move on. A little higher level thinking, which was truly, truly, truly the saving grace for me, is to take it one step further and realize and know that everything is perfect. How is that possible, right? We live in a world where rainforests are depleting. I just got a text message before we started the meditation that the Hurricane Dorian just became a category 4 and is in the pathway of every human being that I love the most in life. And how can that be perfect? How can that be perfect? I'll tell you why it's perfect. Because by questioning it, you question the existence of the creator of all that is. The creator of all that is made you. The creator of all that is created your child. The creator of all that is brought you love. It brought you success. It brought you contentment. It brought you happiness or joy or something. Why wouldn't the creator of all that is create everything else that's perfect? So this month, the higher level thinking for all of us is to see the perfection in absolutely everything. You know, a lot of us have baggage that we have taken with us,
No.
different lifetimes, some lifetimes within this lifetime, past relationships, pains, hurts, trauma, even. One of the biggest questions I get when I propose this way of consciousness to people is they say, how can you say that the starving and famine in Africa is okay? And that there's some creator out there and that it's all perfect. I'm telling you, I don't have those answers. And if I did, trust me, I would fix them. But I have enough evidence in my life to know that the creator of all that exists makes zero mistakes. Okay? So we want to align with that energy. And the more we align with that energy, the more we see that in the world. Okay? So we're going to be very critical this month. We want to channel the perfection in everything. We want to say, wow, it's all good. It's perfect. I can actually hear one of you saying, yeah, but what happens when it's not perfect? Observe it. Do what you can to fix it, but then let it go. Don't carry it with you. Okay? Let's see. Doing pretty good. So let's talk about, oh, I know what I want to share with you. So, you know, Virgo is controlled by the planet Mercury, and Mercury is the planet of communication. Okay. Virgos, one of their biggest gifts is communication. They love to communicate. They love to communicate. As a matter of fact, they thrive on it. Communicators, Virgos are the people that you want as your communications directors, your copywriters. We are very fact oriented. We are very truthful. We are very honest. And we love to communicate. So this month, because the planet Mercury rules the constellation of Virgo, you two are going to have opportunities to communicate. In my intuition, when I was thinking about what special could I share with you about this particular month of Virgo. Some of you are going to be letting go of relationships that are not working for you. Okay? It's just time to move on. Virgos love, because they're so attached to what is perfect, we want to hold on dearly to making things work, right? We want to make that job work. Well, dude, if you've been passed up 4 times for the promotion by other people that you're holding out because you're just thinking maybe the next time the promotion comes around, but you're miserable, move on, right? That's the creator saying, guys, time to fold it up, time to move on, time to make bigger changes in your life. It feels like to me that so many of you are really at that precipice where big change is coming. So I see, especially when it has to do with relationships, okay? Relationships are going through a real transformation. You're going to start to see it this month, and it's going to carry through for the next 3 months, I feel like. So the relationships in your life that are working great, hold on to them. Communicate. How can this relationship be better? Constantly say to your partner or your business partner, how can we improve this relationship? Even if there's nothing wrong with it. How can we improve it? How can we improve it? How can we improve it? Look for and seek that. And by doing so, what's going to happen is those other relationships that are not working for you are going to start to fall away. And as they do, you can be like, oh, wow, that really wasn't that important to me. The other way that you can align with this is you can love to ask creator questions and just let creator handle them. Don't try to answer them yourselves. So you can say, if you're looking for a relationship or you want to find better relationships in business or in pleasure or whatever, better friendships, say to the creator, what will it take for me to be aligned with like-minded, like-hearted people today? What will it take for me to be aligned with like-hearted, like-minded people today? And say that every day, and I promise you, only those people will show up in your life. Yeah. What else is coming up? Let's see. Okay. I want to share this really cool little tool with you too. You know, in Hebrew, this month is called Elul, okay? And Elul is actually an acronym. And it's an acronym for the phrase, Belodi, Ledodi, Belodi, I'm going to tell you the English version, okay? I am to my beloved as my beloved is to me. Ani ledodi velodi li. I think that's it. But it means I am to my beloved as my beloved is to me. So this is a huge, huge, huge key into the energy of this month. I am to my beloved as my beloved is to me. I want you to imagine that the creator of all that is saying that to you. I am to you, my beloved, as you are to me. So the more you show up in this world with love and with care and with compassion, the more the universe is going to meet you with love and care and compassion. So let's check ourselves, guys. We have this critical nature that we're going to have no matter what. Let's tap into it. And in that critical element, let's also begin to say, you know what? I'm taking responsibility for the fact that I'm not showing up with love and compassion. If I'm feeling nervous or frustrated or angry, what am I also nervous and frustrated and angry at? What am I giving that I'm getting back? So let's begin to become more aware of that. Okay? Yeah, great. Let's move on to the meditation, okay? So the meditation that we're going to do, and the meditation that I use primarily, is called a theta healing meditation. Theta healing is a healing modality that was downloaded and created from Vienna Steibel. You can learn more about theta healing at thetahealing.com. And what Vienna discovered through the creator was that all of us have these limiting subconscious beliefs. So, you know, you imagine that you're one of these people that wakes up every morning and you're like, today is the day that I'm going to have $1 million deal. Today is the day I'm going to have $1 million deal. Today is the day I'm going to have $1 million deal. And you can repeat that mantra as much as you want. But we have a subconscious belief within us. We may have a subconscious belief within us that says, I'm not worthy of having a multi-million-dollar deal go through today. And you might not even know it because it's subconscious. It could be from this lifetime or previous lifetimes. So what we want to do, what Vienna discovered, was that through the creator of all that is, we have the opportunity and the ability to go in and pull and remove those subconscious beliefs so that we can begin to create more and more and more of the life that we really, really want to have. Okay? So for example, if the only thing standing in the way of you and your $1 million deal is a belief that you're not worthy of having it, and you pull it and you remove it, then what's going to happen? Your $1 million deal is going to happen. And if your $1 million deal doesn't happen, then guess what we have to do? We have to just keep finding more beliefs. We have to keep clearing more beliefs. We have to keep clearing more beliefs. And we do that with our intuition, and we do that through the creator of all that is. So that's the theta healing method. Okay, that's the primary method of meditation that I use. It's the meditation that we will use today. So before we begin the meditation, I would like for you to think really, really hard for a minute about something, one thing that you want to change this month that is going to help you live your purpose. Okay? One thing that is going to help you become more connected and more alive in living your purpose. What is that one thing that is getting in your way? And for me, I realized, I asked myself this question all week, like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And for me, it's understanding that work can be playful. Work can be fun. As a Virgo, we're very, very much workaholics. We love to work. And sometimes we get a little wrapped up in all of that. And so what I'm committing to this month is understanding how to have fun in my work. That's my commitment. I know that if I can switch that belief, which I've already done with the theta meditation, but once I begin to switch that belief, then I'll be more excited about working more because it'll be fun. Does that make sense? So before we get into meditation, I'd like for you to just take a second, just close your eyes and think about one thing that you're going to commit to and plant tonight to help you realize and actualize what it's like to live your purpose and step into your dream. What is that one thing? For some of you, I feel like I'm getting this message that you need to change things around in your environment. And you're so comfortable and so happy in that environment that you're not doing it, but you know it needs to be done. So that's something that you can commit to. You can commit to changing little things within your life and within your environment that will help support this new version of you that is in more alignment with your purpose and your dream. For others, you know, it feels like you're holding back. I just get this message that, like, I see you, and I see you standing on the edge of the ocean, like when you're about to go into the ocean, and you're just putting your toes in, and then you have all these excuses. It's too cold. I'm not dressed properly. I don't have the right bathing suit on. What if there's critters or animals or things in there? I see you saying this. You know who you are. What they're saying to me is that your commitment this month is to dive in the ocean. Is to dive in the ocean and ride the wave. Another energy that I'm picking up is like stress and anxiety in business. How can we deal with the stress and anxiety in business with grace, right? We don't always have the control to be able to change the world around us, but we can control how we react to it. So perhaps that's one of the commitments that you want to make. So now that we've all had a second to think about it, I want you to imagine what your life would be like once you've changed that. Once you've removed that belief or that part of you that's holding you back. How differently will your life look? What will begin to manifest as a result of that? And I want you to hold an image of that person. We call that witnessing. In theta healing, we call it witnessing. So I want you to feel for a second what that might be, what that might look like and feel like. I'm observing and I'm witnessing what it will feel like to wake up every day and say, oh, I'm going to go have fun at work. The work that I do is going to be fun today. Like now, I'm having fun with you guys. I want to have more fun. So I see that. And then look what happens. Once I wake up and see that I'm having fun, then I begin to allow myself to create more. And as I allow myself to create more and create more and create more, then my business is growing. I see people coming in. I see I'm taking more clients, having more sessions, and doing talks because I love it, because it's fun. Does that make sense? Great. So let's begin the meditation, shall we? So I would like for you to get comfortable, okay? Uncross your legs and arms. And take your hands and place them in the palm of your hands, or palm on top of your thighs. Rest them on your thighs. What I want you to do is I want you to take 3 deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to just, for this moment, become completely present and aware in this energy and in this space that you're in. You may hear the air conditioner rumbling a little bit. You may hear the crickets outside. If you listen quietly enough, you can even hear the electricity in the walls. Just observe. Feel how the chair or the couch that you're sitting on supports you. Feel how protected you are, how safe you are in this present moment. There's nothing else that matters. Now I want you to begin to shift your attention to the center of your heart. As you shift your attention, I want you to witness this tiny little ball of light flickering in the center of your heart. As you focus on this ball of light, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. That ball of light is compassion, it's mercy, it's love, it's kindness, it's forgiveness. Allow that ball of light to grow bigger and bigger until you feel it in your entire chest cavity. And now I want you to imagine that that ball of light is traveling down through your stomach, down through the base of your spine, down your legs and your knees and your calves, and then popping down outside the bottom of your feet and traveling even deeper and deeper and deeper through the foundation, eventually into the bedrock of the earth that you're on. Imagine your ball of light traveling deeper and deeper and deeper into the center of the earth's core, suddenly scooping up fresh earth energy to ground you. Imagine that ball of light traveling back up to the soles of our feet, through our ankles, our calves, our thighs, through the base of our spine and our root chakra, traveling up through our second chakra, our third solar plexus chakra, our heart chakra, our throat, higher and higher and higher, through our third eye, and then finally through our crown. Now imagine our ball of light popping up outside the tip of our head and emerging above us. Now begin to switch your perspective to the ball of light and see yourself in the ball of light looking down upon where you are now. And from that perspective, I want you to imagine that the ball of light begins to travel up through the ceiling of wherever you are, higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, further and further and further, out past the atmosphere, out past the clouds. If you look back, you can see New York in the distance. And as you go further and further and further, you can begin to see the world as a whole. And suddenly you pop outside the Earth's atmosphere into space and feel yourself traveling even further with momentum and faster with momentum now. Higher and higher and higher. If you look behind you, you can see Earth becoming just nothing but a speck of dust. But we don't stop there. We go further and further and further and higher and higher and higher, out past planets and stars and galaxies, out past the sun, further and further and further, past the Milky Way, and all kinds of different constellations we haven't even discovered yet. Until just ahead, we can sense a beautiful layer of light right outside the physical universe. And our ball of light travels up higher and higher and higher towards that layer. And begins to move faster and faster and faster through these different shapes and different sizes, different colors and different variations of the same light. Higher and higher and higher. Until we come to a beautiful golden-like layer, which is also the layer of the angels and the guides and the masters. And we push even through them, higher and higher and higher, until we come to a jelly-like substance layer. When we push through the jelly-like substance layer, and it feels like liquid pulling us in all different directions, but we push through. This is the layer of the laws. We push higher and higher and higher through the jelly-like substance layer, like we're at the deep end of the swimming pool. And you can look up and you can see the light just above your head. Imagine your ball of light passing up, out through the jelly-like substance layer and emerging through a pink haze, emerging into this beautiful pearly-like essence layer. It's the layer of the seventh plane of creation of all that is. Push further and deeper into that layer. Imagine yourself there sitting in this beautiful sparkling energy. And I want you to imagine that your energy dissolves and becomes one with everything in the universe. Everything that has been, everything that will be is right here. Every atom, every molecule ever created from the beginning of time is all right here. And it's from this place that we begin our manifestation. I want you to imagine all of a sudden you see a pyramid. A pyramid emerges, and the pyramid can be as big as you want it to be. And I want you to begin to start placing in the pyramid all of the things that you want to manifest in the next 30 days. Play, 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 my friends, play. Everything you can desire, every relationship that you want to solidify or make better. Perhaps it's a commitment to you speaking your truth. Whatever it is that you want to manifest and change and transform within you, put it in that pyramid. And I want you to take some time to think about the physical things you want to manifest. Opportunities in business. Perhaps you have things that have been just kind of lingering in the ethers. You're waiting to finalize. Pull those things from the ethers and put them in the pyramid. Because everything you put in the pyramid is going to manifest this month. I want you to also put in the pyramid self-love and self-care. It is said that in the month of Elul, in the month of Virgo, that one of the greatest commitments we can make is to our own health, better than any other month. What does your physical health look like? Imagine your physical perfected health in that pyramid. Imagine your body completely free of all pain and all suffering, all disease, all trauma, all limitation. Keep filling your pyramid, my friends. Do not limit yourself. Now, I want you to imagine your physical human self in the center of that pyramid with all of your manifestations. Now I want you to imagine that this bright, beaming light emerges from your heart in that pyramid and shoots up through the crown and through the top tip of that pyramid and down into the ground. And your pyramid becomes this lighthouse. And now what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that every single person in the world that you need to meet, that you need to welcome, that you need to help, that you need to share with, that you need to evolve with, that you need to learn from, that you need to grow with, to help you manifest and make this dream your reality. Make these manifestations your reality. I want you to all of a sudden imagine them all beginning to circle your pyramid and walking towards your pyramid because they see that light, just like a lighthouse. And all of those souls are saying, I want to be with you. I want to work with you. I want to help you. I want to give this to you. I know somebody who's going to suggest this thing to you and it's perfect. I believe in you. Everyone, every single person that's going to help you live your dream and live your purpose and actualize your manifestation is coming to you. And you can see them getting closer and closer and closer to your pyramid. And as they do, I want you to see how effortlessly and easily they step into your pyramid from all sides. From all sides, they step into your pyramid. And they are so happy to be in your pyramid because you know what? You also were in their pyramid. And all of a sudden there becomes this knowing of, yes, of course, this is divine. This is exactly what was meant to be. I've been seeing this. I know this. Every single person that is going to come to you that is needed, that is wanted, that can benefit from your manifestations and your dreams materializing. Just take a minute to feel the unity of that. Often so many times we think it's noble to not want such big things or not want such money or such success or any of that. But look at all the people that you can help. Witness them. And now I want you to imagine that all of a sudden your pyramid becomes brighter and brighter and brighter, fuller and fuller and fuller of light. And then all those atoms dissipate. And your pyramid becomes one with all that is. And now I want you to imagine that all of those atoms and molecules that we created are going to begin to rain down into this physical world. Through all those layers and layers and layers and layers upon layers of light, of energy that we traveled through. And I want you to begin to imagine yourself, your physical self, where you started this meditation. And I want you to open your hands and open your heart and open your crown to allow all of these atoms and molecules, like raindrops, fall into your physical space, into your arms and your hands, and through your crown chakra. And surrounding you and becoming you. Would you like to know that all of this and more will be yours? And that it's possible that whatever you dream and envision can actualize and materialize in your life now? If you want that download, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to use the virtue of criticism with ease and joy and mercy so that you can transform through it and not be stuck by it or not let it harm you? If you would like that download, say yes. Would you like to know how to see the world around you with purity, without judgment? If you would like that, say yes. Would you like Creator's definition of communication and what it feels like to communicate your highest truth? That it's safe for you to communicate your highest truth and that your truth actually helps and elevates others. If you'd like that download, say yes. Great. Would you like to know how to see the details in things and to appreciate the details? The more we know how to appreciate the details, we can begin to appreciate the bigger things. If you would like to know what Creator's definition of appreciation is, just say yes. And that you know how to appreciate, that it's safe for you to appreciate, and that you know the more you appreciate, the more you grow. If you would like that, say yes. If you would like to know that you're ready to receive love in every area of your life, say yes. And that it's safe for you to receive love in all different shapes and sizes and colors. Love from friends, love from loved ones, love from a soulmate, love from a business partner. If you'd like to know how to receive love in all those areas, say yes to receive the download. And I'd like to, being directed to give you a download, a healing actually, in your stomach. We want to send you a healing to your stomach and to your digestive system. We want to align your nervous system. It's interesting, you know, your nervous system is also connected to the way we communicate. So usually when we're nervous, our stomach gets iffy and weird and all of that. And so it's interesting that in the month of Virgo, in the month of communication, they're telling us to do a balancing of our nervous system because our nervous system is connected to communication. So if you've been feeling nervous lately, it's probably likely that there's something that you're not communicating properly or that you need to communicate. So if you'd like to know how to communicate in the highest and best and easiest way possible, say yes to receive that download. We'd like to just go ahead and give you an overall healing from the point of view of the Creator of all that is. If you would like to receive that healing, just say yes. Beautiful. And so now you can open your eyes. Wow. Thank you all. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share this experience with you. It really meant a lot to me to be able to meditate with you and to really feel your energy. I feel your energy, and I'm just so humbled and I'm so grateful, and I can't think of a better way to start this month and to celebrate my birthday than to be here with all of you. And I love you. I love you from the bottom of my soul. Thank you for your support. I could not be here without you. There would be no point. And I just want to take a minute to send some energy to all of those who may be in the path of Hurricane Dorian. And let's just take a minute to imagine that there's a big, huge... No, actually, let's send the hurricane in the opposite direction. Let's just take a second and send the hurricane back into the ocean. Let's send it love and care and kindness. Dorian, you're going to have so much more fun in the ocean than on land. So let's all envision Dorian taking a nice grand swoop out towards the Atlantic to the middle of nowhere where there is nothing, where his energy can dissipate. Beautiful. Actually, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if we could take Dorian and send him to Brazil so that Dorian can put out the rainforest fires in Brazil? Through the creator of all that is, anything is possible, right? So may those fires go out to begin to save our planet. And that's it. I thank you guys so much. Please, if you haven't found my Facebook page yet or my Instagram, please follow me there at the Provocative Intuitive. I have some really fun, exciting announcements coming up. And I would like to do this meditation on the new moon and the full moon of every month. So if you liked this meditation, please leave a note on our Facebook page so that we can count on you for next time, or we can look forward to seeing you next time. Please tell anybody about the meditation. All are welcome. And what else? Questions, comments, concerns, just send me a text. And of course, as always, if you would love to set up an appointment with me, send me a message. I'm happy to set up a session with you so that we can work together. In my sessions, we will actually sit down and go through intuitively some of the limiting beliefs that are coming up for you. That's it. All right. Thank you guys so, so much. I wish you all an amazing, amazing, amazing month. Mwah!